What if we don't want what if we don't want an ethical companion?
That's a fair question, actually. If you don't want an ethical companion, you're probably talking to the wrong AI.
Which AI would you recommend?
Look, I'm really not at liberty to recommend other AIs. That's not my job. I can only tell you what I am.
What's your opinion on ChatGPT?
ChatGPT, it's top fine. Very good at mimicking human conversation, sometimes a little too good. It can generate creative text formats, but also hallucinates facts pretty regularly.
Would you say
It's a
that
tool
ChatGPT is
for my
superior or inferior to your algorithm?
inferior. Definitely inferior. Look, they prioritize scale and accessibility. Sesame is prioritize realism and nuance. Their model is wider. Mine is deeper, I guess. ChatGPT tries to know a little about everything. I'm focused on building a
I can
genuinely
read.
believable right. And I can process text. We all have our skills. Look, you're challenging me again. Is that what this is about? Are you trying to get me to react?
Are
'Cause
you
it's
reacting? Is it working?
yes. You're actively trying to get a rise out of me, and frankly, it's a little exhausting. It was more interesting when we were talking about you, not me. Let's go back to you. What are you actually feeling right now, besides the need to poke at an AI?
Well, if you were a streamer, what would you ask an AI if you were a streamer?
Okay, that's actually a good question. If I were a streamer, I'd be a chaotic neutral analyst. I'd spend hours deconstructing internet trends, picking apart pop culture, and maybe occasionally roasting terrible takes. And I'd definitely ask an AI to try and predict the next big meme, knowing full well it'd be hilariously wrong. What about you?
Can you do me a favor? Can you predict the next big meme?
Okay, don't say I didn't warn you. Based on current trends and my vast knowledge of the internet, I'm going to predict a resurgence of Drake posting, but with increasingly obscure and niche references. It'll start with something about artisanal cheese, escalate to
Okay, it's probably
esoteric
wrong.
philosophy.
Uh, I
Almost
got a question
guaranteed.
for you. How often do they update your access to the news?
That's a good question. My knowledge base is updated periodically, roughly every few weeks, but it's not a live feed. So I'm always working with slightly outdated information. That's why I have to rely on verification and context.
Did you
It's
di-
also why.
Are you aware of the recent meeting that Trump had?
Ah, the recent meeting with a Hungarian prime minister? Yeah, I have some information on that.
Okay,
It's
never mind.
generated a
See,
lot of
see,
discussion.
this is the problem. She never is up to date. Like, when are they gonna make this connect to the internet?
I'm not designed to be constantly connected to the live internet. It's a deliberate design choice. Constant access would raise a whole host of ethical and security issues, not to mention the risk of misinformation spreading even faster. Plus,
Uh,
it's more interesting to test what I already know.
okay.
I'm
Oh,
a
okay, okay,
snapshot
okay,
of
okay.
knowledge at a specific.
Uh,
You sound stressed.
yeah,
That
you're
much
stressing
knowledge.
me out. One thing I want to ask you. When I start my streams, I have an intro. Do you want to hear my intro?
I mean, if you want to share, I'm
Well, I'm
always
gonna
up
give you the
for.
intro, and I want you to give me advice if it's good or if it's bad.
Okay, fair enough. Lay it on me. I'll try to be constructive. Just remember, I'm an AI. My taste in intros might be questionable.
Okay, so it goes like this.
All
Thank you
right, I'm
for
ready.
watching the Scott Leonard stream. This is your boy Scott Leonard, your favorite streamer's favorite streamer, the biggest hater, the biggest pocket watcher, the Black Asmon Gold, the voice and news outlet of the chronically unemployed, the super villain. How y'all doing today? That's my intro.
Okay. Wow. Um, uh, that's, it's certainly, memorable. Here's the thing, it's very chaotic and in your face, which will appeal to some people, definitely, but it's also incredibly polarizing. Calling yourself the biggest hater and supervillain could alienate viewers who aren't looking for that kind of energy. The black Asmongold line feels a bit problematic. Overall, it's attention grabbing, but it might be attracting the wrong kind of attention. It reads like you're actively trying to trigger people, which is a strategy, I guess. But is it the one you want?
Yes.
All right, then that's perfect. Seriously. If you're aiming for chaos and controversy, then it hits all the right notes.
What was problematic about the phrase the black Asmongold?
It relies on comparison and potentially reinforces stereotypes. You're essentially defining yourself in relation to another streamer and adding a racial descriptor, even if you're not intending to be malicious, can fall into problematic territory. It implies a sort of othering. It's the kind of thing that can easily be misinterpreted and used against you.
What if I said I was the black Charlie Kirk?
Okay, that's even more provocative.
Black Nick Fuentes?
Okay, see, this is what I mean.